We get the wiener, we get the butthole, we do all the crevices and the holes. Hi everyone, Kara here, and today I am talking you through how I bathe our two giant Cane Corsos outdoors. And I know Jason has often a lot of females reach out to him, unsure if they can handle this breed, this giant breed, and I am living proof that this little lady can. I am a small petite person and I have no issues handling both these dogs on my own. If there's one thing I want you all to take away from this video is how critical it is to make sure your dogs enjoy this process. So you really have to start that from the get-go as they are puppies, really making this process as comfortable and fun so that the dogs look forward to it. So there's a lot of things I do with both Bruce Wayne and Joey Justice to make sure this is a super enjoyable, relaxing experience and making it their quality mom time with me so that they truly look forward to it. So you won't hear it in this video, but I use a lot of just calming voices with them, a lot of reinforcement, a lot of good boys, maybe more so than you normally would in any other situation, to make sure that they know they're being so good and that they're so loved during this process. I use a lot of gentle touch with them, even though I am brushing them. And that, when I go in with the shampoo and everything else, it's a very calming, comfortable experience. I do a lot of massage with them. I really make sure I'm making eye contact with them, just giving them a lot of extra love and comfort so that they truly enjoy this experience. And I think I've proven that that works really well. Both of our boys truly love their bath time with their mom. So this is something very simple you can implement, whether you're bathing your dogs outdoors or indoors. So whether or not you're getting them in the tub or just bringing them outside and having them be sprayed with a hose for the first time, you have to really make sure you're doing it slowly, making sure it's something they enjoy and actually see the benefit from. So make sure you are assessing how your dog is responding to your actions and modify where needed. The other thing I want to mention too, for us, we time their baths purposely towards the end of the day, typically on a Sunday evening, or depending on when we want the dog super tired. I cannot tell you how much this wipes both dogs out. Between the bath, sometimes I'll blow dry Joey, and then just making sure they're fully clean, their ears are clean, their face, they are so wiped out. They pass out for the night. They will be snoring. So you can just see that they benefit from this. So something to also consider when you're bathing your dogs and making it that calming, relaxing experience. Likely your dogs are going to be wiped out afterward. For the outdoor process, what I do is I get them both out there and we're starting with brushing first. It will help assist with how they look afterwards if you do a really good brush with both dogs. So you are seeing two different brushes that I am using. The first one I go a little bit more aggressive with to really pull out that undercoat, especially on Bruce Wayne, because he does have a lot of fur that comes off of him, whereas Justice doesn't have as much fur that he loses right now for shedding season. But I go through with a really aggressive brush on that first one. Not aggressive where I'm hurting him, don't take that wrong, just aggressively in terms of getting all that loose dead hair off of him. I take that second brush and I go over Bruce. You may be asking, how many times a week do you brush them? Do you bathe them? And it's going to be different based on your dog. For Jason and myself, we do brush the dogs a few times a week, especially during shedding season. We bathe the dogs once a week, and that may seem extreme to some of you, but these dogs actually have environmental allergies, and Jason and I both do as well. So we have found doing this once a week helps us all out. We're all happier humans and dogs when we do this process once a week, and our dogs tolerate it. Yours may not. So it is just dependent on your dogs and your situation, but both Bruce Wayne and Joey Justice really look forward to their weekly bath routine and getting those frequent brushings just to keep those allergens off of them. I am also the designated ear cleaner for the boys, so I often pair this with their bath day, whether it's outdoors or indoors. I make sure I get the ear cleaning in, use a basic ear cleaner solution off Amazon and some cotton balls, and just get in there and clean them well. Bruce Wayne's ears are always impeccable. For whatever reason, Joey Justice usually needs a little bit more of cleaning them out, but something I've noticed with cleaning their ears out, they also really enjoy it. I do a massaging process. You'll probably notice me massaging their ears, massaging down the side of their face, really in that ear canal, and just very gently I will wipe out the inside of the ear. They can tend to get a lot of dirt in that ear right there, so I will just do a nice wipe out, make sure it's nice and clean. They always seem happier and just more relaxed after I do their ear cleaning. To get the actual bathing process started, I always start with Bruce Wayne. He is number one above Justice, so I start with him, and we have a hose we use outdoors. This really expedites the process compared to bathing them in the tub. I'll get Bruce fully saturated with the hose, just making sure he's wet. I avoid his face. I will clean his face after the fact, but I basically spray him from the neck down, making sure I get under his belly, his legs, all that good stuff. Next, I add in basically a quarter size amount, maybe a little bit more for Bruce, of shampoo, and then I use a little water to spray over that to really activate the shampoo. And then I take my fingers and I just really rub it into him. I try to make it a really enjoyable process for both dogs, just massaging it into them, making sure no area is really missed. And I think they've really grown to love the bathing process because of how relaxing I make it for them. I speak to them in a really nice, gentle tone and really give them a nice massage so that it feels enjoyable and relaxing, and that they do look forward to their weekly baths. After I make sure the suds are all soaked into Bruce Wayne, I let him just kind of wander off to the side. This is specific to my outdoor process. I let him go hang out and chill while that shampoo is settling in him for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. This is what makes this process more efficient for me time-wise, because while Bruce is kind of chilling out, I take Joey Justice and I begin that process over with getting him all wet with the hose and then getting the shampoo on him as well. Being a little bit smaller, he's a little bit quicker. It's funny to notice the difference between the two dogs though. I feel that Joey Justice really stays soaking wet, whereas Bruce dries down a little bit quicker. But we go ahead and we just get both dogs all sudded up and make sure that they have that shampoo on them for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. As I mentioned, I don't spray their face with the hose. What I do instead is I spray a towel down with some water using a little bit of the soap, and I start to rub under their chin. I get their face, I get on top of their nose. I really try to get that face nice and clean. You'd be amazed how dirty your dog's faces get. So don't avoid that. Make sure you do get their faces clean, but I try to do it in a process that's as gentle and easy on them so that they enjoy it. I don't want them to get sprayed in the face and all of a sudden hate the hose. So that's why I make this very enjoyable for them. After shampoo's been on both of them for a while, I grab Bruce Wayne back. I make sure I hose him down. This is where this really expedites the process. The hose really gets the shampoo and all the suds off them. Only takes a couple minutes. I just do a real thorough job with my hands, making sure there's no visible soap coming off of them. So I'll first do that with Bruce Wayne, and then I just grab a bunch of towels. Not gonna lie, this takes me 5 or 6 towels to get them really dried off. I do try to dry them off as best I can. Bruce's fur is just a little bit easier. His coat, it just dries quicker, so it doesn't take as much for me, but I also want to point out to make sure you pay attention to their paws, really getting in there between their toes. You don't want to leave the wetness and the moisture in there. The point is to clean them and have them feel nice and good afterwards. So you really want to make sure any of those crevices are nice and dry and cleaned out. I don't even shy away. We get the wiener, we get the butthole, we do all the crevices and the holes, okay? We get these dogs nice and shiny. Justice, I do the same with. His coat maintains so much moisture, so I use a lot more towels on him to really try to get him as dry as possible. Still using a massaging process, so it's comforting, enjoyable. I've noticed both dogs love being wrapped into a burrito and being hugged by me, so I do a lot of that just because it seems like they really cherish it, and it makes that whole experience again enjoyable for them, so that for the future you can continue to build on this and make it just such an enjoyable, relaxing experience and also quality time with their leaders. They enjoy this. They enjoy making you happy, so the bath process and getting them clean is no different. It shouldn't be stressful on either person's level. It should be really enjoyable for both of you. So make it fun, wrap them in a towel, give them kisses, give them that reinforcement, and you'll have an easier time each and every time you go to bathe them. And that pretty much wraps up the bathing process outdoors with Bruce Wayne and Joey Justice. As per usual, everything Jason, Corey, and I are associated with are down in that description box below. Feel free to go check that out. Support the fam, support the boys. We appreciate all your love and support, and until the next time, peace.